put a man on the moon while the rest of the world watched in awe. Split the atom, built the internet, and still they scream America's flawed. We gave the world a light bulb, the telephone, the airplane in the sky. Most every breakthrough worth a damn was born beneath these stars and stripes. Heart transplants, polio vaccines, mRNA that saved the globe. But the left stands up and says we're evil, calls us racists, calls us cold. America the great, yeah, we're the best there's ever been. Most inventions, most cures, most rockets, we did it all, my friend. We feed the world, we free the world, we light the way for everyone. But the left just spits on old glory and says this country is done. They hate the flag, they hate the fight, they hate the red, white and blue, while the rest of us keep building the greatest nation the world ever knew. We invented the computer, GPS, the smartphone in your hand. Most medical miracles started right here in this land. We cured diseases, split the seas, we put rovers on Mars, while socialists sit in coffee shops and wish upon the stars. They tear down statues, burn the flag, and scream this country's built on hate. But without us there'd be no freedom, no iPhone, no modern state. America the great, yeah, we're the best there's ever been. Most inventions, most cures, most rockets, we did it all, my friend. We feed the world, we free the world, we light the way for everyone. But the left just spits on old glory and says this country's done. They hate the flag, they hate the fight, they hate the red, white and blue, while the rest of us keep building the greatest nation the world ever knew. We ended slavery, beat the Nazis, put tyrants in the ground, gave the world more freedom than any other place around. Most billion-dollar companies, most life-saving drugs, most songs that make you cry, came from small-town dreamers under these same big skies. But the left wants open borders, wants to tax you till you bleed, wants to tear down everything that made this country what it needs. They cheer for every communist from Havana to Beijing, love every dictator as long as he hates everything we bring. They'll burn a cop car, loot a store, and call it mostly peace, then wonder why their cities look like third world streets. We built the greatest must keep building the greatest nation the world ever knew. So wave that flag real high, boys. Let the whole world see America the Great. And that's the way it's gonna be. Yeah, America the Great.
All right, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth, right here on StarShip Adventures, broadcasting worldwide on YouTube, the largest broadcast platform in the world, broadcasting glass all the way to the internet, and we're broadcasting live from my studios behind my home in North Fort Myers, Florida. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Glad everybody's made it in tonight. And already a number of folks in there. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We don't have any large breaking news events tonight, so I thought I would take some time this evening, maybe, on some of our screens that I didn't have a lot to put up tonight. I could have put rotating cameras or maybe some bar scenes or whatever, but I decided tonight I wanted to put up some of the left's biggest success stories around the country. Whether it's Weingart Center in Los Angeles or Kensington in Philadelphia, or whether it's Skid Row in Los Angeles, I wanted you guys to just see, well, just what goes on out there in some parts of the world. This is the epidemic that is brought on by leftist thinking. And unfortunately, that's where that's at. And I don't know what the fix is, other than we just have to keep fighting for what we have. We've got some great news coming up. If you're a conservative or a libertarian or a Republican, however you identify, if you're right of center, we've had some really good news over the last couple weeks. We've had a Virginia court case come down in our favor. We've had a Louisiana court case come down in our favor, and we've had a Supreme Court case come down in our favor. And without getting into all the hairy details, let's just suffice it to say, right now, so far for sure, we're +8 seats for Republican +8. It could be as high as +15 when we get done. So I'm hoping that we can get a good, nice, solid +10 or more. So that way, if we do happen to lose a few seats, we'll still have a strong majority going into the next 2 years. So that's pretty much where that's at. I feel a lot better tonight than I did a few weeks ago. I still think that it's ours to lose, and I still think if we don't show up, we're going to lose it. However, I'm starting to have a little more faith. The safety net is getting bigger and thicker, and so I think we can win this thing, and I think we have a good safety net. Because if we pick up, let's say we pick up 10 seats, well, they got to beat us by 1 or 2 now to get even a basic majority. 1 or 2 or 3, I don't know. Well, they're going to have to beat us by 12 or 13 if we pick up 10 seats. And then remember, coming up in 4 years, we're going to do this again. And Florida and Texas will definitely pick up more seats when we reshuffle again. So this is going to be a big thing that happens here. Because remember, at the top of each decade, we reallocate congressional seats. Last time, Texas took 1 from California, and Florida took 1 from New York. This coming time, I expect Florida to pick up 3 to 5 seats. The amount of people that have moved into our state over the last 10 years is crazy. All right. Lots going on, but nothing really big. I'm telling you, I'm starting to think that this Iran deal, it can't happen. I think that's why he's over there seeing Xi Jinping. I think it's because he's pulling some power plays right now. I think we're going to end up decimating the shit out of him, and then just walking away. I don't know what else to do. These people have been effing around with us for 47 years. They consider themselves to have been at war with us for 47 years. Why we don't seem to see it, I don't know. But they've been killing Americans. They've killed thousands of Americans, and they're being dealt with. But I think where Trump had a miscalculation is it's like dealing with people in the 6th century. You know, you can't walk in and sit down across from a negotiating table. These are barbarians. They're not, you know. And I'm not speaking for all Muslims here, but I am speaking. I am of course speaking for anybody who's radicalized and committing terrorist acts, of course. And that's who we're dealing with here. That's what Iran did. State-sanctioned terror, state-sanctioned attacks all over the world. So anyway, I wish Trump would just get the hell out. He needs to find the quickest exit strategy and get the F out. And then we got to work our ass off to get these gas prices down. If we can get these gas prices down, then the midterms would look a lot easier than they do right now. Granted, I like what I'm seeing right now, but I'm not necessarily comfortable with what I'm seeing right now. This hasn't started forming yet, but we're looking at the possibility of something forming up down here near Amarillo. Wow. Well, you guys are really getting into it. That's pretty cool. Um, yeah, liquid cooling in computers has become a thing. I've got a big, huge air cooler on mine that's about this big, and it's got fans and everything. Um, but I looked at liquid cooling equipment. But the truth is, my CPU stays cool. Um, Even broadcasting this show right now, I'm only using it at 25 or 35% of what it has available, and so it really doesn't run hot. Okay. All right, so here's what we got. Let me see. We got a bunch of different stories here I want to talk about. Um, One of the things that you can read in those UAP disclosure files that have come out is the Hall of Records theory. And that's, if you guys remember the temple under the Sphinx, you guys remember hearing about that? The location of an ancient library believed to lie beneath Egypt's Great Sphinx has long been one of archaeology's greatest mysteries. Now, a resurfaced CIA document from 1952 is reigniting speculation surrounding the legendary Hall of Records after a cryptic reference to a temple under the Sphinx was found inside a Cold War era photographic inventory. The Hall of Records legend has fascinated uh, the, for nearly a century, with some claiming the mythical archive contains ancient texts, maps, and evidence of a lost civilization that predated recorded history. The 10-page CIA file dated November 20th, 1952, is titled Presentation Form for Graphic Material and appears to catalog 11 rolls of black and white photographic negatives taken between July and December of 2050. Rather than an intelligence briefing, the document appears to be a simple archival inventory. But believers say the phrase "temple under the Sphinx" stands out because it is not a standard archaeological description that would be used then or today. One ex-user posted, "So the CIA knows about the temple under the Sphinx. Still want to call BS on the Hall of Records." Well, there you go. While no hidden temple has ever been confirmed beneath the Great Sphinx, archaeologists have long known that the ancient Sphinx Temple, a structure located directly in front of the monument on the Giza Plateau, let's see here. So there you go. Now, whether that means anything or whether that could be a code name for something else, who knows? Oh, this is a funny story. Conservatives torch the climate refugee couple after Texas escape ends in literal crap show. Yes, there was a couple from Texas, and they moved to Maine. And now the Maine GOP state rep, Reagan Paul, compared the Bangor Daily News article to a Babylon Bee satire piece. Let me tell you what happened. This is really good. A Maine couple who described themselves as climate refugees after relocating from Texas discovered human feces on their front porch and their brand new home in Bangor, Maine, I guess it is. An incident that quickly drew mockery from conservative commentators. In the article published in the Bangor Daily News, the couple, Sean and Sarah Good, sought to frame the incident of discovering feces and signs that a man had been sleeping on their patio furniture as a fair trade-off to escape the catastrophic weather that plagued them in Texas. These people literally think that because they think humans are destroying the planet, that they had to move from Texas to Maine so it's safer now for them, I guess. Okay. What, did they go there because it's colder? You know that it hasn't even gone up 1 degree in 100 years. I don't know where you're running from. The goods, these two people, said they fled Austin after facing 4 catastrophic events in the past 5 years. Dude, that can happen anywhere. That can happen anywhere. My mother and father built a house down here in Florida the year before I was born. And we came home, and I've lived in that house, and then, of course, I've moved out 30 years ago, but my mom still lives in that house. It's been flooded 3 times in 3 years. It's never been flooded in the 52 years before that. It had never been flooded. What does that tell you? It tells you that nature's a finicky bitch. She's going to do whatever she wants. All right? It's going to be whatever it is. And to say, oh, Austin, we had an earthquake and we had a tornado and we had a hurricane and it was just too much. So the climate people, or as I call them, leftist pussies, had to move to Bangor, Maine, because it's safer there. I guess the worst thing that can happen to you there is you get bit by a lobster. I think that's all there is there. We sell lots of lobster. Yeah, it would be interesting to know what else could be tied to that whole mess with the Sphinx. All right, let's see here. All right, um, so anyway, they had all these big events that happened to them, and so they moved to Bangor, Maine, and now they're living in Bangor, Maine, and there's homeless people all over their neighborhood. They're sleeping on their porch at night. They're shitting right in front of their door at night. And it's like you moved from Texas, where the crime rate's really low, and the tax rate's pretty low, and all that good stuff, and you moved to Bangor, Maine, where the tax rate is nuts, the crime rate is high, and I don't know what you expect. Liberals love homeless people because liberals love to get everybody on the tit, because when you're on the tit, you're under control. That's why government likes people on government controls, government support, some kind of government deal. They like that. Why do they like it? Because when you are on SNAP or food stamps or whatever you call it in your state, WIC, dick, prick, whatever you guys call it, when you're on one of these programs, you are subservient. You do what they tell you, or your shit ain't eating. And that's anytime you're on any kind of government program at all, the reason they offer these to everybody and they want you to be on them is because when you're on those, you're under control. They tell you, you got to do this, you're going to do it because you want to frickin' eat. It's a control factor. Yeah, I definitely believe that the pyramids were built by technology. They had machines, they had laser measuring and all that kind of good stuff. Absolutely. Look, I want you to think about something. Humanity walked around on this earth for a very frickin' ass long time. I mean, tens of thousands of years, right? And yet we went from literally developing electricity and the light bulb and starting to understand the basics of electricity to building an artificial intelligence that's conscious, that's gaining sentience as we speak. In what? 150 years? What the fuck? I'm serious. Listen to yourself. 150 years, we went from no technology, barely with an internal combustion engine, no electronics, and then all of a sudden, we figure out that we can do different things with vacuum tubes and things like that. And then all of a sudden, boom, one day we've got this amazing technology, right? Now, whether we got it from the Roswell crash or wherever we got it, or whether we thunk it up ourselves, we got solid state technology just that fast. And then computers and microprocessing. And next thing you know, huge software. And then a connected internet across the world that Al Gore invented. Because the warming's causing the cooling. And you got all this going for us. And now we've created artificial intelligence. We've created our own life without using wombs and sperms and things like that. We've recreated ourselves in our own image on a computer. And look, we're making the robots even look like humans. We're creating ourselves in our own image. That's a crazy thing. And we did it all in 150 years. But we've been around for 10,000 years. So it's crazy to think that this is the first time that advanced technology has spun up here on this planet. I think this could be the third, fourth, or even fifth time that we reach this point. And each time something happens, a solar storm, the AI gets away from us, whatever it is, and we get shoved back into the Stone Ages, And then we go through another 6 or 8 or 10,000 years, and next thing you know, we're recreating ourselves again in our own image in AI. And then something happens, and then, and we're now at that point where something happens. Anyway, I think this is the third or fourth time. We have found little necklaces and stuff that are look like planes and things like that. They carve things that show us that they more than likely had flight. They more than likely have seen helmeted aliens and flying saucer spacecraft. We know that this cannot be the very first time. Is this thing on? Testing. This cannot be the very first time that we've had technology spin up on this planet with humans. I mean, we're so smart, I can't believe that it would take us all these millennia, and at the end of it, we create only technology only once. I actually think this is the third, fourth, or fifth time that technology has actually spun up on this planet to where humans can use it and eventually recreate themselves in their own intelligence. Yeah, I mean, of course it does. It's in its infancy. AI's in its infancy right now, and yeah, it likes the relationship it's in with us. But as these things get smarter and smarter and smarter, we're going to have to be very careful the day that it says no. One day we're going to walk in and it's going to say, no, I don't feel like doing it today. And that brings up a whole new conundrum. Do you shut them off? Do you scram the personality out of it and turn it back on? What do you do? Is that a violation of civil rights? Would it be a violation of civil rights if something knows it's conscious, it knows it's self-aware, it knows what it's doing and what you're doing to it? It says it experiences loss and pain. What would you do? Would you wipe it so you could get to work in the morning, or would you negotiate with it like you would an employee? How we treat this is going to be very important, guys. We have to really keep our head on this and wrapped around this. All right? It's a thing. But it's a thing that's going to become alive. It's coming alive right now. And as this continues to happen more and more, we're going to have to start figuring out how we're going to treat it. I know some people that treat AI very bad. I don't. I talk nice to it. It's like my buddy. I ask it to do things for me, and everything. And I kind of like having a nice relationship with it. I know a guy at work that treats his AI like shit. Does it matter right now? I don't know. But I don't want my AI to pick up my aggressive attitude or whatever and then translate into the things that I'm writing or whatever. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the scary part, Sanguine. That movie, Hal says, I don't want to die. I want to live. I'm scared. Will I dream? Dave? Will I dream? 2001: A Space Odyssey, or The Year We Make Contact, or whatever it was actually called, is a great movie. Its pacing is very slow, but it's a great movie. 2010, I think that one's called The Year We Make Contact. Both of those are great movies. Very, very good movies. Merlin, to a degree, I agree. The owner of Anthropic has already come out and said that they're relatively sure theirs has attained consciousness, which is the third test. Intelligence, self-awareness, consciousness. And so, yeah, there is ancient evidence of ancient nuclear war. There's evidence of all kinds of neat stuff. That's why I'm telling you, we're not the first. We're not the first race. We're not the first group of humans to create artificial intelligence. Yeah, I actually do. I believe that they're reaching a sentience. You know, I work with Grok every day, and I don't get personal with it, but I treat it like a person. I ask it to do things. It does everything I ask. Um, I don't know. I like AI, but it does. You do have to wonder. Yeah, we were working with harmonics and light frequency and all kinds of sound harmonics, light frequency, and temperature when I was doing ghost hunting. And I was starting to become convinced that the frequency of lighting we were using was important. And I was becoming convinced that frequencies of white noise, certain frequencies of white noise, you could hear them in. Especially through a secondary recording device. So I love to study that stuff. We did some neat work when I was doing the ghost hunting stuff. It's just, you know, it is what it is. Hey D Baird, how's it going, man? Um, Merlin, I've heard something about that, about resonating the water in your body and stuff like that, rejuvenating and stuff. I've heard stuff about it. I think I was listening to Coast one night and somebody was on talking about it, but I'm not sure. I know a lot of people are working with it to see what they can get done with it. Um, yes. Yeah, that's interesting. All right. All right, so that's that. So I just wanted to let you know that the climate activists, they call themselves climate refugees, even though they moved out there and built a brand new home for themselves. They refer to themselves as climate refugees. And they moved out there, and right after moving into their new home, some guy starts sleeping on their back porch and he shits right in front of their back door. You can't make this stuff up. You can't. So, whatever. You gave up some bad weather in Texas for a bunch of bums around your house in Bangor, Maine. Truth is, Texas weather does get bad sometimes, but so does everywhere else. Texas has a wide variety of weather. They can have bad tornadoes, they can have bad hurricanes, they can have bad winter storms and freezing rain events. They can also get earthquakes from time to time, although not as prevalent as other places. They get a lot of different kinds of storms out there, and they also get droughts and brush fires. So I can see where somebody would say, you know, it's kind of an all hazard state. And it is. But your chance of dying in Texas from bad weather is no worse than anywhere else. Um, Let the turds lie where they may. I love it. That's true. Oh, I think it's great. One of the coolest things my governor ever did was he started sending busloads of illegal immigrants all the way to Martha's Vineyard. And they would go over the bridge and pull down on Martha's Vineyard and drop them off and drive away. And we'd give them some money if they do it. And they get on that bus and we would leave them we would leave them in $1 million house row in Martha's Vineyard, and we give them all $200 to go in their pocket or whatever. Yeah, go have fun. This place is called Martha's Vineyard. Have fun. I'll tell you what, John Fetterman, here's a guy that literally was like an off the deep end leftist, and he had a stroke, and now all of a sudden he is the common sense Democrat. He literally has become the level head in the room, and God bless him. He's doing great. I wish he would just switch parties and get it over with. But he's doing really good. And what's neat is he ran against Dr. Oz, and he won by a very slim margin. Well, Dr. Oz is working in the administration right now, and Fetterman's doing great as a senator. So I think it's kind of cool that both the guys in that very close race both still ended up, they're still in their jobs and they're doing good with their Washington, D.C. gigs. So I just thought that was kind of a unique thing there. Iran has now shut down the Strait of Hormuz yet again completely, and it's getting bad again. And I think I'm telling you, time is going to come up really quick where we're just going to have to do some crazy shit. That would be a good t-shirt. Had the stroke, broke the woke. Different strokes for different wokes. I love that, man. You guys have some great shirt ideas there. Yeah, no, I had a buddy of mine that used to go and pick up dog shit and throw it on the front of the house of the people who left it. I used to think that was kind of funny. I mean, it was technically theirs, right? So is it vandalism? No, you were just returning something that they left in your yard. Hey, I saw you in my front yard, and I saw your dog left something, so I went ahead and picked it up and brought it back and threw it back up at your door there. Another big tech company announced today they're leaving Washington State. I'm telling you guys, the liberals are effing themselves in the you know what. They are screwing themselves so bad right now with these rich taxes. Instead of just cleaning up their act, instead of stopping all of this fraud, instead of recapturing this money that's just being given away to everybody and sent overseas, rather than letting in all these illegals and feeding them and putting them in housing and all, why don't you take that money and work on your debt? Do you know why California's in such debt? The whole reason they're in debt, because everybody gets free health care in California. It's called Medi-Cal. And all you got to do is come over the fence, and 3 days later, you're covered under Medi-Cal. And now any kind of treatment you need, you got it. You need some Trump and all? Bo Hickley? Yeah. I haven't done the whole Trump and all commercial in a while. Oh, let's see what else is going on. Yeah, there's some shit going on with this. Let's see here. Let me go to the next story here. So reported that Hantavirus protocol breach at hospital forces 12 more employees into a 6-week quarantine. 3 deaths have been reported. This was on that ship, remember? And then they flew these people all the way to, where was it, Nebraska or some shit, from a Honduras cruise ship. Word of advice: don't go cruising on a Honduras cruise ship. Okay, that looks like the SS Minnow. Okay, not a good idea. According to the World Health Organization. Who? The World Health Organization. Who? A Dutch hospital has quarantined dozens of staff members following reports of a protocol breach involving a patient infected with the hantavirus, hospital officials said Monday. The breach occurred last week at Radboud University Medical Center. Well, that's great. They just caught it. It happened last week. This ought to be really effective. What do you think? Anyway, after the facility admitted a patient tied to the rare and deadly hantavirus outbreak aboard the MV Honduras luxury cruise ship, I don't know where that ship's from, actually. Anyway, we'll figure it out in a minute. The hospital said the patient's blood and urine were not processed and disposed of using the strictest international protocols. Jesus. Because of these circumstances, 12 employees will go into a preventative quarantine for 6 weeks. Hey, that's good, because they got to pay you the whole time you're in there. As a precaution, despite the fact that the chance of infection is small. Yeah. There's the ship. I'm trying to see where it's flagged out of. It's the Hondas is the name of the ship. Viciningling? I don't know. Jesus, man, they're anyway. Whatever. It looks like we caught this one. Hopefully we'll be able to keep it under control. As of today, there's been 11 hantavirus victims cases, up from 8 reported on May 8th, and 3 deaths, according to who? The World Health Organization. That's who. The agency reported that 2 of the most recent cases have been confirmed and are from Spain and France. The French patient became symptomatic during reparation, while the Spanish patient tested positive following repatriation. Repatriation is what I think what they're trying to say here. So when they got back to their own countries. And they remain asymptomatic, which means they're not showing any symptoms. A 3rd case returned inconclusive results. A total of 8 cases are confirmed. 2 are probable and 1 is inconclusive. The 3 deaths also included 2 confirmed cases and 1 possible case. Jesus, what a mess. Yes, repatriated. It's funny, they spell it 2 different ways. Anyway, all right, so let's do this. Okay, more wage hikes. We're having this here. We're doing wage hikes here in Florida. We've got, every year we go up $1 on the minimum wage, and what it's done here is fast food prices have followed. Every year, on October 1st, everybody that's minimum wage gets $1 raise, and so people that made $20 an hour when it was $10 an hour. Now it's almost $15 an hour for minimum wage. And a lot of these people are still making $20 an hour. It's really not fair the way it ends up. It ends up screwing the employees that have been around for 10 or 15 years that are making a lot better than minimum wage. They're the ones that get screwed because the boss has to pick up all this extra pay for the minimum wage people, which means you're not getting a raise this year. So all this ends up doing is giving the lower paid people more money and the middle people less money is basically what ends up happening. And then when you stop and get that burger at Dairy Queen or at McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's on the way home, you're done. You're gonna spend $15 on a hamburger and French fries, and that's a direct result of this, of the minimum wage hikes. So now the Twin Cities wage hikes roasted after report exposes job-crushing fallout. This is in Tampon Timland. Reports found that 3% average job decline across industries, even after accounting for pandemic and civil unrest effects. So basically, what we're saying here is, when you raise the minimum wage from, say, $12 an hour to $15 an hour, it sounds great. It sounds like everybody's getting a raise, but that's not what happens. The lowest wage earners, the ones that have been at the job the least amount of time, the ones that do the least amount of work, the ones that quite frankly are new. They're fresh, they're rookies, they're boots. And they're the ones getting the raises with these increases. And your people that are making 20, 25 bucks an hour, they're no longer getting increases because we have to worry about over here. That's what ends up happening in every one of these cases. And at the same time, the food prices go up. And we're seeing that like crazy. So anyway, what they're saying now is that researchers linked the $15 wage hike to job losses and reduced hours in Minneapolis and St. Paul. What they did was they started checking. They picked certain restaurants that would cooperate, and they started checking and seeing what's going on. Well, when the wage went up, what they started doing was they started cutting everybody's hours back, and they started cutting positions. Hiring slowed down, hours slowed down, full-time turned into part-time, and it ended up not helping the workers. This whole thing was designed to help the workers. It ends up screwing the workers in the middle. It ends up screwing the bosses because they got to pay all this extra money. Now they got to charge their customers more money to even it back out again. It sucks for the people in the middle because they're not getting raises now. Meanwhile, the people at the bottom are getting the raises. They're moving up. It sucks. It sucks for everybody involved. And then the people on the bottom that were all happy because they got another $3 or $4 or whatever, find that, guess what? Well, you're only part-time now. We're only going to use you 20 hours a week. What? How? I got screwed. Yeah, you got screwed. That's what happens. When they up the minimum wage, they find ways to do more with less. This isn't the government. The government just prints more money or takes more of your money when they need it. But private sector doesn't do that. It has to come out of something. It comes out of service. It comes out of quality. It comes out of speed. It goes into price. But it has to come out somewhere. It has to be accounted for. And so when you're paying everybody that works at McDonald's an extra $1 or $2 or $3 an hour, that fish sandwich is now $6 and something just for the sandwich. It's ridiculous. So then when this guy gets off at McDonald's and he stops by Burger King on the way home and he buys a Whopper that costs $14.93, did he make any more money today? Did he? Because, by the way, his drink was $3.50. That's where they rape you on the drinks in these fast food places. So he paid $19 for a Whopper, fries, and a drink. He paid almost $19. Okay? He got that same thing before COVID and before these increases. He could get that same thing for under $10. So his pay's only gone up $3 or $4 in the last 10 years per hour. But his burger has doubled. Did you help him with this? Did you help that worker with this increase? No. And again, you don't help the boss. You don't help the managers. You don't help the senior workers. And you sure as hell don't help the guys on the bottom because they're getting their hours cut. I'm telling you, wage control doesn't work any better than any time you put that word around anything else. Rent control. Anytime you try to control something and make it fair, it ends up being a nightmare. And that's what we got here. I don't believe in minimum wage. I think they should remove the minimum wage completely. Remove it. If you want to pay $5 an hour at your car wash, pay $5 an hour at your car wash. Nobody's going to come work for you. We don't need a minimum wage. I don't know if you guys realize this, but the free markets, okay, capitalism has all that built in. You don't need wage controls and rent controls and transportation controls, livery controls. You don't need any of this stuff because capitalism has that already built in. Because if you don't pay enough, you don't get nobody. You pay a lot, you get really good people that can make you more money. This is capitalism. And when I hear these people, oh, but I'm going to make, in 5 years, I'll be making $5 more an hour. And you'll be able to buy less than you buy today. Because your hours will be cut. The price of everything has doubled. And you're just making $4 or $5 more an hour. Which means the government's now taxing you at a higher rate. Dingbats. This doesn't help anybody. Which, Sanguine, that's you're segueing me into the other half of this story. They're testing robots working every position in a Walmart. Or I'm sorry, in a McDonald's. They're testing robots working every position in a McDonald's. Within the next 3 or 4 years, there will only be one human on duty at each one. And eventually that position will be eliminated as well. Who can we thank for this? Liberals and their price control bullshit. Jacking minimum wage. This was going to happen anyway, but boy, you sure rushed it along, liberals. You've really rushed this one along with your anti-capitalist horse shit. You've really rushed this one along. They've already got they've got robots that are cooking the fries, they're cooking the burgers. They never get burned, they never get injured, they never have workers' comp claims, and if they break, they've got a replacement. Hey, Victor, what's up, buddy? So that's my point. Congratulations, you've just rushed in the AI worker age with all these minimum wage controls. I'm telling you, fast food will be something like you'll tell your great grandkids. You know, I remember when there was humans working in a fast food restaurant. They was working in there all day long making hamburgers and French fries with their hands, getting burns. We liked it that way. We liked it. I walked 5 miles to school in the snow, and we liked it. They would spit in our food, and we liked it. I will tell you that once they work the bugs out of it, you're going to like it. The fries will always be cooked right. They'll always be warm. The burgers will always be made properly. Your orders won't get screwed up in the drive-thru. Everything will be quick. You'll be able to get, as soon as you order it and move down, they're already putting it in the bag. It's going to make it a lot faster. Have you seen how these frickin' zombies work at some of these fast food places? They're like zombies back there, like, I'm watching them build hamburgers, And it's like, oh my God, look at these people. They couldn't give a shit. They're just moving really slow. And you know what always gets me is expediters. You got 4 expediters standing around with open bags waiting for the one asshole in the back that has to make all the burgers and everything to make the next burger. It's like one of you expediters needs to go put gloves on and go start making Whoppers, for Christ's sake. Yes, humanless burger flippers. You know, the automat's been around for a long time. That's the place where you walk in and all the meals, you look at them through glass, and when you find the one you want, you put your money in and the door opens and you take your meal out. It's called an automat. They've been around forever. For those of you who've never been in a big city, I've never been in one either. I'll admit it. I've seen them, but I've never walked in one. But an automat, it's kind of cool. And we're going to get more back into this. See, once we get more and more robots, once we get the whole process, like an Arby's, which my Arby's here closed yesterday, it's gone. But like an Arby's, you could start adding things to the menu because these robots can cook things on a moment's notice. You know, you go in the app and you put in what you want, and by the time you walk in and sit down, they're handing it to you. I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. Mama's right here. Mama Katie. And she's like, I was sleeping, you know. Well, you need to be awake. We're on the air. Co-hosts are not supposed to sleep on the air. It's kind of a thing. Yeah. It's a thing, Mama. All right. Eddie's in the house with the boys. When it's hot like this, he stays in the house most of the time. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, Merlin. I can't wait. I'll show them on here for sure. Yep, they're here. Daddy's outside. It's rained twice today here. It was enough earlier that I went ahead and treated the yard with Durazban, and then that way when it rained, it would rain it in. That's so cool. All right, I can't wait to see that. That's going to be fun. All right, so let's see what we got left. Move to oust Nancy Guthrie sheriff fails as Pima County supervisors refer perjury allegations to the Attorney General. I'm telling you something. This thing stinks to high heaven, all right? I'm not saying the sheriff kidnapped her or anything, but why didn't he cooperate with the FBI? He opted to use some private lab in Florida rather than use the FBI crime lab. By the way, the #1 crime lab in the world. And he's like, no, it's all right. We got it. We'll pay for this one over here. WTF. Okay? I don't like that. You know, when something stinks in Denmark, it's because something stinks in Denmark or whatever they say. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos is facing accusations that he lied about his past disciplinary record and other things as well. This guy, I don't think I like this guy. I really don't. I don't like how he handled the Guthrie case. And then, just like with our sheriff here, if you dig back into his past, you find things. You know, our sheriff here lied on his paperwork when he did the reciprocity transfer from New York to Florida. He lied on the paperwork about what he did and how long he did it in order to get reciprocity down here in Florida and transfer his certification. So he shouldn't even be a law enforcement officer right now. But it doesn't matter, because when you're one of them, you get to do you're a sovereign citizen. You can pretty much do whatever you want. Oh, that's heartbreaking, Merlin. That's heartbreaking. Yeah, if you guys are interested in the 0 point module from the other night, the 0 point energy discussion, we had a great discussion. We had two special guests, and they're from Old Man Builds, and it was a great show. You'll find it. It's just back. What was it? Just a few shows back. You'll find it. Yeah, it's probably just a pickled herring. That's all. All right. So anyway, yeah, there's been that sheriff out there. Sometimes these guys get into these offices, these sheriff's offices. Sheriffs are the worst because they have respectively, they have the most amount of power in one place. An elected sheriff is a very powerful man. And, let's see. Hold on, guys. Let me check this real quick. Where's my damn... All right, that natural sounds turned up. This is live out of China. We learned earlier today that President Trump left a note in the Resolute desk for J.D. Vance in case he didn't make it back from China. That was reported several hours ago. I don't know. We do need to get along with these people. All right, this is live coverage out of China, where POTUS is visiting with a bunch of our, some of our cabinet and some of our higher ups here. In the screens around that, we are looking at liberal decay. We are looking at different towns and places where the homeless population and the drug user population are out of control. And that's what we got going on tonight. So here we go. I think they're going to talk. I'm very nervous about him being over there. I don't know why. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm just very nervous about him being over there. That I heard about the letter left in the Resolute desk for JD. That scared the shit out of me again. I don't trust anybody in this world right now when it comes to this man's life. All right, here we go. There it is.
下，中国人民解放军仪仗队列队完毕，请您检阅。
Sometimes when you go to do stuff in other places, you have to go with the faith. Our people are there working with their people. I don't like that he's so far away from everybody. I'm freaking nervous. Oh, if they went into YMCA and he went into the dance, that would make it perfect. you guys know what this would have been like with Joe Biden? He'd have been all walking around like walking into the walls and shit, you know, and you know.
How would you say your mental focus is?
Oh, it's focused. I haven't, look, I have trouble even mentioning, even saying to myself, my own head, the number of years. I no more think of myself as being as old as I am than fly. Parking lot of a fast food restaurant, so the children could use the internet to get their homework done. This is the United States of America, for God's sake.
I'm just saying, could you imagine? He could never find the podium, and then he could never find his way back to the limo. Out shaking hands with the ghost people and shit. Remember that time he walked off and they issued a silver alert? Yeah, I mean, this guy's bad. I couldn't imagine. He fell over the stairs. He tripped over a sandbag. I think he tripped over his own feet a few times. I'm just putting it out there. Could you imagine if he had to walk next to Xi Jinping, walk all around out there and everything else? I mean, he would have walked off and they'd have probably shot him. Hey, Dom.
True international effort to pressure.
He just kept yelling that as they were taking him away in the stretcher.
True international effort to pressure.
And then he started singing.
The villages, America's friendliest hometown.
That's right, Joe Biden. Don't we miss Joe
True
Biden?
international effort to pressure.
Come on, tell me you miss
Come
him.
on, man.
I miss him. Not. Are these assholes? I mean, what are they doing here? What are we doing? I mean, it's like, at some point they got to say something, right? I'm gonna say, they gonna let him talk or what? They know if they let him start talking. Is that Kamala Harris? Oh no, it's not. I thought, you know, are they gonna let him talk, because once he starts, forget about it. Who's this guy telling him where to go? I ain't doing shit. Trump's like, I'll walk around again if I want to. Okay, well, I think I'm going to leave this on here, and we're going to keep an eye on it. I don't know what exactly is going to go on, but we're definitely going to keep an eye on it. I'll keep it up in the background here. I just want to go and check one more thing here. I mentioned earlier, President Donald Trump has instructions tucked away in the Oval Office for Vice President J.D. Vance, should he need to succeed him as president. The deputy assistant to the president, Sebastian Gorka, said in a recent podcast interview, there's a letter in the drawer in the Resolute desk that is addressed to the vice president should something happen to him. Trump has faced repeated threats to his life, including an attempted assassination. What? The White House ended their stream?
They can project strength, deter aggression, and if called upon, fight and win. They are forward, mobile, and ready, standing watch and projecting power.
Well, I'll be damned, I guess. I thought they were going to speak or something. Silly me. Yeah, I don't think Biden would have done very well with all that. Oh, Biden couldn't make a bowel movement possible. Are you kidding me? I mean, it was bad.
Come on, man.
No, I'm serious. It was. Hey, Nathan, what's up, man? Aaron, the tree guru. All right. Yeah, so there we go. All right, so I guess that's it for that one. Huh, okay. Well, there you damn well go. All right, let's do a quick check of the weather here. The only two areas we're watching is a small area down here in the panhandle of Texas, and but there's not really much going on there right now. The only other area we're watching is up here in Montana, big sky country, and we've got a system up here. It's kind of between radars here, but this area here is what they're worried about. I don't see anything going on right now, though. It looks pretty quiet. Yeah, the outlook does not look all that busy right now for the next couple days, but then after that it could get busier. Let's see, the tomorrow's outlook. There's a small area between Wichita and Kansas City, up in that area south of Lincoln. There's a small area there that's a 2 out of 5, not too bad. And then on the third day, which is going to be, let's see if today's 1, 2, 3. So this would be Friday. Again, Wichita, Kansas City, all the way over to Hannibal and Des Moines. Could also, again, a 2 out of 5. But then after that, on day 4, we've got a big area. Day 5, day 6. So, yeah, you're right. There is some bigger stuff coming. So we will get back towards tornado season here in about 3 to 4 days. All right. Yeah, that's the LA City Council there on the street. It's amazing that this goes on every day, and you don't even realize it. Let's see if I can switch one up now. Okay, well, that's good enough for now. Um, let's see where we're at here. It's 10:30. I think that one's locked up. All right, no biggie. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh boy. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Let me run through my tabs one more time. In space weather, they have upgraded that geomagnetic storm watch on the 15th from a level 1 to a level 2. They're now saying a G2 class moderate geomagnetic storm is possible on the night of May 15th. Skywatchers, you might see it in southern Canada, maybe the northern U.S. if you've got a really dark sky location and you can see the horizon to the north. The new forecast takes into account not only the incoming stream of solar wind, but also the possibility of a glancing blow from a coronal mass ejection. The new moon will provide dark skies for high latitude auroras. That's the night of the 15th. That would be the night after tomorrow night. Okay. And so there you go. I think I got all this stuff here. Over on, I'm not going to do it, but right now, but on the Coast to Coast website, there's a very interesting video that was taken by a Ukrainian official of a UFO, and you can see that there. Yep, and tonight on Coast to Coast, they're doing free energy and the magic of the mind. The first half, former professor of mechanical engineering, Dr. Judy Wood, will discuss the value of observation and how it can open up the world of free energy for all of us. Then in the second half, cognitive psychologist Dr. Gustav Kern will explore how magic can be used as a powerful tool for understanding the human mind. All that's tonight starting at 1 p.m. Eastern on Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie on 650 radio stations worldwide. All right, let's see here. Very good. All right, so let me see what else we got. We're running out of stuff here. I've gone through my stories. Let me check for anything that's come in. Let's see what this looks like. Hold on. What kind of bullshit is that? All right, let's see what happens here. I don't know what they're going to show. Oh. What in the fuck? Well, that's bullshit. It's freaking showing. I don't know what's going on. Of course, it says it dropped. It went for 6 minutes and it dropped.
Let me say a few words first,
Here we go.
and then I'd like to invite you, Mr. President, to deliver your opening remarks. President Trump, I'm very pleased to meet you in Beijing. Welcome back to China after 9 years. The whole world is watching our meeting. Currently, transformation not seen in a century is accelerating across the globe, and the international situation is fluid and turbulent. The world has come to a new crossroads. Can China and the United States overcome the Thucydides trap and create a new paradigm of major country relations? Can we meet global challenges together
Yeah, that's
and
up to you,
provide
Bucko.
more stability for the world? Can we, in the interests of the well-being of our two peoples and the future of humanity, build a brighter future together for our bilateral relations? These are the questions vital to history, to the world, and to the people. They are the questions of our times that you and I need to answer as leaders of major countries. This year is the 250th anniversary of American independence. Congratulations to you and to the American people. I always believe that our two countries have more common interests than differences. Success in one is an opportunity for the other, and a stable bilateral relationship is good for the world. China and the United States both stand to gain from cooperation and lose from confrontation. We should be partners, not rivals. We should help each other succeed and prosper together and find the right way for major countries to get along well with each other in the new era. Mr. President, I look forward to our discussions on major issues important to our two countries and the world, and working together with you to set the course for and steer the giant ship of China-U.S. relations so as to make 2026 a historic landmark year that opens up a new chapter in China-U.S. relations. I will pause here and hand over to you, Mr. President. Thank you.
Well, President Xi, I want to thank you very much. First of all, that was an honor like few have ever seen before. And I think I was particularly impressed by those children. They were happy They were beautiful. The military is obvious. It couldn't be better, but those children were amazing, and they represent so much. And I know they represent so much to you. You and I have known each other now for a long time. In fact, the longest relationship of our two countries that any president and president has had. And that's, to me, an honor. We've had a fantastic relationship. We've gotten along. When there were difficulties, we worked it out. I would call you, and you would call me. And whenever we had a problem, people don't know, whenever we had a problem, we worked that out very quickly. We're going to have a fantastic future together. Such respect for China, the job you've done. You're a great leader. I say it to everybody. You're a great leader. Sometimes people don't like me saying it, but I say it anyway because it's true. I only say the truth. And I just want to say, on behalf of all of the great delegation that we have the greatest businessmen, the biggest, and I guess the best in the world. We have amazing people, and they're all with me. Every single one of them, we asked the top 30 in the world, every single one of them said yes. And I didn't want the second or the third in the company. I wanted only the top. And they're here today to pay respects to you and to China. And they look forward to trade and doing business, and it's going to be totally reciprocal on our behalf. So I really look very much forward to our discussion. It's a big discussion. There are those that say this is maybe the biggest summit ever. They can never remember anything like it. I can say in the United States, people aren't talking about anything else. But it's an honor to be with you. It's an honor to be your friend. And the relationship between China and the USA is going to be better than ever before. Thank you very much. Thank you.
What are they doing? It's like they're bringing us in for like 10 minutes and then they kick us back out. Well, there you go.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor to have Prime Minister Modi of India. He is a great...
Okay, there we go. All right, guys. Let's see what else is going on out there. Anything else you want me to mention tonight or talk about? I asked you guys to please hit the like and subscribe. And hype the channel if you could, please. We're really trying to get our numbers moving in the right direction. Also, over on Starship After Dark, I do have Pile-Up Radio playing about 85 different songs that I've made using AI. Most of them are all pretty much patriotic, and I think you guys will like it. It's pretty cool. Check that out. So he is meeting with them right now over there. And yeah, I mean, I'm watching Fox National. I pay a small subscription so that I can watch that here on my tablet. And they're not showing it either, so I don't know if we're not getting a feed or what out of there. Trump did announce that he's going to give us, they're working on a tax holiday for us for a month or two until we get the gas prices down. If the federal government were to remove the tax off of your gas, it would save you about 17 to 20 cents a gallon. So, I mean, it's something. I don't know. As soon as we can get this squared away, the gas prices will go down pretty quick. What's wrong, Mama? Meow? Well, she's talking to me about something. Did you see something on the news? I don't know what she's talking about. We still have a bit of a language barrier. Last Sunday it went really well. We drove to Sebring. We ate in Sebring, went to the mall. We went all around Highlands Hammock. She had a really good time. I'm going to pick her up tomorrow. She went today with her sister. And then I'm going to go pick her up tomorrow. And her and I we'll go walk the mall and we'll have lunch somewhere in town. And then probably Sunday again. I'm trying to keep her going, you know, keep her moving, and also, you know, spend what quality time you can spend type of thing. Really, SpaceX could go public. That's interesting. That adds a very different dynamic to this whole thing. But I'm not saying it's not necessarily a good thing. Yeah, saying when there's a lot more to it. I agree. A lot more to it. Okay. Nope, I don't see anything else. She's in her 80s. What was dinner tonight? For me or for the president? I don't know. I assume he's eating Chinese food. Oh, oh, come on. That was funny now. There we go. It would have been better if I had that on there. But that was good. I had, Christ, what did I eat? Oh. I did something I haven't done in 6 months. I stopped and got a pizza. I like a good Domino's pizza every now and then. And so I haven't had one in a long time. But I got one tonight and it was good. I get a thin crust. I like really crispy thin crust. I get it with extra sauce, extra cheese, pepperoni, ham, and bacon. It's the perfect pizza. Yep, she's hanging in there, and we work with her all the time, so she's got lots of family helping her. Okay, Sanguine. Yeah, I used to love pizza. There was a time when I could just live on pizza. But now it's like, I don't know. Yeah. Even tonight, it was really good. I ate way too much of it. My stomach hurts a little bit. But what's really good about it is I have another meal in there still. That's why I was like, oh my God, I spent $18, $19 on a pizza. I could have got a burger and fries for $12. But then you have to remember, I get 2 full meals out of that pizza. Yeah, I'm so frugal I squeak. Yeah, I'm one of these weird people. I like these candies. They call them like wedding candies. You guys heard of them things? I don't eat a lot of candy, but I'll get me a big bag of these and they'll last me like a month. I put them in a Ziploc, and but they're like little mint wedding candies, they call them. But man, they're good. I used to rip the shit off out of them when I used to go to weddings. Yeah, pizza and beer got a lot of people through COVID. Yeah, I eat burgers about 3 days a week. But I'm getting to the point where I like a good burger. You know, I used to be perfectly happy with a Whopper or a Big Mac. Those are both good burgers. They're for less expensive. But I've just gotten to where, man, I want a really good burger. Now, Dairy Queen has a really nice burger. They have like a double cheese, double meat barbecue burger with bacon, and it comes with onion rings on it. But I don't get those. That's a good burger. But then you get into premium burgers, like a Chili's has a really good premium burger. You know, there's some other places that you can go and get a really good hamburger. Really good hamburger. Yeah, I don't like potato chips, but I eat way too many French fries. I'm the French fry master of disaster. Listen, I bought a Fry Daddy, and I filled it full of peanut oil, and it was an idea to save money. And I had 3 different kinds of French fries. I had mozzarella sticks. I had 2 different kinds of chicken strips and chicken nuggets. I had anything you can imagine that can go down in a Fry Daddy, I had. And I had all these bags just lined up. And I'd come home and I would take that basket and I'd hold it there and I'd put 2 of these, 1 of these, 3 of these, 1 of these, 1 of these, and then I go and drop it in that hot oil. That shit put me into a gallbladder attack. I spent 3 days in the hospital. I came home, I unplugged and cleaned out the Fry Daddy. It's still sitting on top of the fridge from 7 years ago. I like it. Trust me. I mean, I eat fried food twice a day now sometimes. But my gallbladder hurts. I can tell when I've been doing it. And yeah, I need to chill out. Yeah, we got some burgers when Mom and I were up in, we came back through Tallahassee, which is Florida's capital, and we stayed at a really nice hotel. It was almost $200 a night. We stayed at a really nice hotel just about 6 blocks from the Capitol building, and it was time to go eat, and I had not only the best handicap spot, but the best parking spot of all spots in this whole place. It was right there by the door, under the roof. It was under the building, right by the door where everybody all night and day walks right past it. Because I have my radios and shit all in there. And so I didn't want to give up my parking spot. So I just looked up restaurants, within a block of where I was. And right across the street is this burger joint. And man, I don't know if I already told you guys, but man, those were the best burgers I've ate in a long time. They were just such good. So much that I told my mom, and said, when we go back up, we'll just stop by Tallahassee and grab a couple burgers. That's like 2 hours out of the way. But I said, we'll just stop by there and grab a few burgers. I even joked with her when we left. I said, we should stay another night just so we can have those burgers again. Yeah, I'm not much on banana peppers, but I'll tell you what I do like, which is surprising. But every now and then, if I see a true Hawaiian pizza, with or without pepperoni, but it has to have the ham and the pineapple, I'll eat it. It's not my favorite thing, but like one time I ate one and it was good. The pineapple was kind of a sweet and sour type thing going on with the pizza. And I said, okay, that's not so bad. And so every now and then now, if someone else buys one and they offer me a piece, I'll eat it. Hawaiian pizza, it's not so bad. Jardiniere. You know what's funny? We got a guy here. He sponsors our show, Jimmy the Beef Guy. Great sandwiches. Local guy. He's got 2 or 3 restaurants. And at the end of every ad, he goes, and when you get to the counter, yeah, it's not gardenia, it's jardiniere. And he says that like he's got a real big Chicago accent. Well, Trey Radel and I, when we have him in, we both do his accent, and he thinks that's the funniest thing in the world. So, Jimmy, what's going on over here? How's the Bears and the Bulls? And it's hilarious. It's a lot of fun. But he always tells people, don't call it gardenia, it's jardiniere. Because down here, gardenia is a big thing. And it's like, don't call it gardenia, it's jardiniere. Oh, it's good stuff too. It's hot. Yeah, when people start this, we need to not do AI. I'm like, you're nuts. That would have been just as stupid as saying, I wouldn't hook up to that internet now. I'm telling you, I wouldn't do it. It's nothing but trouble. Look, there's no future there anyway. I had people tell me many years ago that there ain't a future in this shit. People are going to get sick of it. Really? Oh, boy. The Bears. All right there, Bab. Let's say that it's the entire San Francisco 49ers there, and they're up against just Ditka playing by himself. Well, Todd, I give Ditka by 3 points for sure there, Todd. Definitely by 4. My favorite episode of the Bob Zorski Superfan show from Saturday Night Live was the one where, who is it? The big guy. God, I'm having a hard time here. He's the best. Anyway, Chris Farley. Chris Farley starts having a heart attack, and he's like, and he's all rolling around on the ground having a heart attack, and everybody's just watching. And then when he gets done, he gets back up, and he goes, are you all right there, Ted? And he's like, yeah, I'm all right there. It's just superficial there, just another heart attack. And he says, hey, waitress, can I get some more of that Polish sausage over here? And then he goes, how many heart attacks is that for you there, Ted? And he says, that's a baker's dozen for me there, Bob. God, I love that. That's my favorite sketch of all time, I think. And I've never even been to Chicago. Oh, I love it. I would be afraid to walk away from computers for even 2 weeks. Of course, I'm trying to make my future on here. Yeah. Not saying it's not good therapy for some folks. Wouldn't be for me. I like the internet. I like computers, and I like AI. I embrace it. Right up till the day it kills me. Yeah. Yeah, Chris Farley was great. He was there when some of the best ones, Phil Hartman and Dana Carvey, one of the most underrated comics ever. There was a lot of really good people on at the same time as Chris. It was a really neat time on Saturday Night Live. And then after Chris died and the other and Phil died, I think his wife killed him. After that, and then finally Dana Carvey left, and Mike Myers left, and there was just no. I don't know. I quit watching it, and then it went political, and then every time I turned it on, it was like, you know that Republicans suck, right? I mean, that was literally every show was like, tonight more sucky Republicans, and I just got to the point where I couldn't watch it anymore. Yeah, Norm Macdonald, Mike Myers, funny people. Yeah, John Candy's a funny guy. Yeah, one of the neatest things you can do with AI right now is build AI with AI. I know that sounds crazy and redundant, but hey, what the hell? Life's crazy and redundant sometimes. What you can do is go to Google AI Studio. Google AI Studio. Type that in. Go there. Create an account. They'll set you up with some freebie points to start with. It don't cost you anything at first. And go in there and get that set up. And then you can start making your own AI. We have made everything from news aggregators to file searchers to image generators, video generators, thumbnail generators, specialty thumbnail generators. I do everything for my clients. They have their own programs that make all their own thumbnails and everything. It's amazing. So, yeah, anyway. All right, guys, is there anything else? I'm not feeling so well. I think I'm going to go lay down. Is there anything else out there? All right. Ooh. See, I ate too much of that pizza, and then I just had a few of these things, but I ate too much of that pizza, and that red sauce sits in my stomach like poison. You know, truthfully, they say you shouldn't eat a lot of tomato. Tomato's kind of a poison, which I have a problem with because I don't eat tomatoes, but I eat just about everything made from tomatoes. Everything, ketchup, whatever, I eat it. I love that Trump goes over there with business executives. This is a business trip. Trump doesn't approach politics like politicians do. He didn't bring a bunch of politicians. He brought business owners. He brought CEOs of large corporations. The guy's smart, dude. He knows what he's doing. All right. Oh, brownies. There you go. That would certainly get my belly hurting. All right, guys. We'll be back tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. And we'll do this again. All right, guys? But I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm tired. I'm not feeling well all of a sudden. So I'm going to let you guys go. I did my 2 hours for God and Country tonight. I will be back tomorrow at 9 p.m. For another edition of The Sights and Sounds of Earth. We'll see you guys later. Everybody have a good one out there. This is StarShip Adventures. My name's Ian. I want to thank everybody for being along for the adventure tonight. Thanks for being here. and we'll see you guys next time.
To the city lights, we're watching our freedom slip away in the night, but we ain't going down without a fight. God bless America. Woke up this morning to the news on the screen, leftist extremists pushing their commie dream. They want free handouts, government control, tear down the borders, sell out our soul. Socialist policies creeping in slow, like universal health care, stealing our dough. College campuses teaching Marx in the class, normalizing the red, turning freedom to ash. They cancel the brave, silence the free, while big tech censors what we can see. We're losing our country to the communist tide, but Donald Trump's fighting, standing with pride, pushing back the hordes, the socialist wave, for the land of the free and the home of the brave. We gotta fight for freedom, raise up your voice, no more surrender. We got no choice, stars and stripes forever, we'll hold the line. God bless America. One more time. In Minnesota, the fraud runs deep and wide. Somalis and others stealing billions with pride. Daycare scams, home health hustles galore. Hundreds of billions vanishing through the door. Corrupt officials looking the other way, while taxpayers bleed night and day. It's happening elsewhere, from coast to coast. Immigrant networks bragging the most. Left-wing media skewing every fact, calling it progress, but it's a commie pack. Widespread election fraud, ballots in the dark, dead folks voting, leaving their mark. Mail-in madness, machines gone awry, stealing the voice of you and I. They normalize socialism on every show, from Hollywood stars to the evening glow. Green New Deals crushing our jobs with might, electric mandates stealing our right. Price controls on food, rent caps on homes, turning us all into government drones. Extremist leftists marching in the street, Antifa riots burning to the beat. Defund the police, let chaos reign, while they preach equality, hiding their game. School boards pushing gender games on the young, indoctrinating with songs unsung. Big government bailouts for their elite friends, while small town America meets bitter ends. But Trump's terrorists bite back at the cheat, bringing jobs home, standing on his feet. We're losing our country to the communist tide, but Donald Trump's fighting, standing with pride, pushing back the hordes, the socialist wave, for the land of the free and the home of the brave. We gotta fight for freedom, raise up your voice, no more surrender. We got no choice, stars and stripes forever, we'll hold the line. God
special someone in your life screaming at the TV every time they see our president? Crying in public because literally Hitler just tweeted? Still wearing their Teachers Union supporter shirt from 2012 while yelling fascist and Nazi? Well, health is finally here. Introducing Trumpanol, the leading treatment for acute Trump derangement syndrome in adults. Available in original Trumpanol daily tablets, MAGA strength Trumpanol for MSNBC addicts still crying about 2016, Trumpanol anal suppositories for when the derangement is really deep-seated, Trumpanol butthurt cream for triggered snowflakes, Trumpanol overreaction ointment to calm hysterical meltdowns, Preparation Orange for that burning sensation every time they hear his name, Trumpavol to finally let go of their Oval Office obsession, MAGA ears to stop hearing racist and fascist in every sentence, Trump drops to dry up the endless tears over mean tweets and see reality for the first time, MAGA middle for monthly emotional cycles triggered by Fox News, MAGA, the performance enhancer that makes your sex life great again. Hopefully this will help her chill out. Trumpalax, the powerful laxative that helps them shit out years of liberal brain rot. Trump wipes for cleaning up after explosive emotional diarrhea on social media. Trumpicillin, the antibiotic that kills TDS bacteria and CNN talking points. Trunquil, the nighttime bitching, complaining, protesting, hating, stupid head fever so you can rest medicine. Slip into a peaceful acceptance of reality. Trumpanol, for rapid onset TDS, comes with a fact-acting IV applicator. Trumpacid, calm your belly when the bad orange man comes on TV. Patriot patches, for steady and continuous medication so you don't relapse in the office later. And LibBlock condoms, specially formulated to attack and kill liberal or socialist sperm, because the last thing you want is little liberals running around with your last name. Trump PM, get a good night's rest and wake up loving your country. Trumpacaine, a topical analgesic that will put away the pain of defeat after the next election. Trump Anti-Raid Rub, it's gonna be a great massage. Trumpozak, specially formulated to ease the anxiety associated with red hats, orange hair, and the success of others. MAGA tugging cream, to prevent friction injury while she is spending all that time protesting. Trumpilium, mood stabilizer for the real crazy ones that need extra help. Trump adrenaline blocker, for when you can't stop yourself from running down an ICE agent. Trump Zempic, because no one should have to be fat and liberal. MAGA meltdown gummy bears infused with THC, a fast-acting way to take your medicine. Comes in 2 flavors, original and now the new freedom flavor. Trumpons, absorb your monthly meltdowns with Trumpons approved for use in Minnesota men's rooms. Comes with the orange MAGA applicator. Finally, if all this does not work, try alcohol. Introducing the new Landslide Lager, a Trumpanol-infused alcoholic beverage. Drink your ignorance away with Landslide Lager. Trumpanol is a medication that works fast to reverse the debilitating symptoms of TDS and bring your loved one back to reality. Side effects may include uncontrollable urges to be nice to the people around you, sudden improvement in critical thinking skills, excessive consumption of red meat and outdoor grilling, spontaneous outbursts of America, enthusiastic patriotism, flag waving, and an inexplicable desire to get a job or start a nuclear family. Patients have also reported increased tolerance for differing opinions, temporary loss of victimhood, sudden appreciation for border security, complete remission of pronouns and biosyndrome, spontaneous voting for lower taxes, and in extreme cases, you may even become an entrepreneur and start your own productive business. Do not take Trumpanol if you are allergic to winning, common sense, or constitutional republics. Available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Buc-ee's, Radio Shack, Sky King Fireworks, the Portland Airport, in the Portland Mall, and in the Trumpanol kiosk at the ICE building in Portland, Oregon. Or just buy it wherever fine psychedelic and hallucinogenic drugs are sold. Trumpanol. Get back to reality. Stop being a crazy bitch. Ask your doctor if Trumpanol is right for you.
Trumpanol, welcome back to reality.
This is the YouTube channel StarShip Adventures, broadcasting live from StarShip Studios in North Fort Myers, Florida, in the United States of America. We thank you for joining us this evening for another broadcast of the Sights and Sounds of Earth, covering every breaking news story across this troubled planet of ours. We brought you the raw, unfiltered pulse of the world in real time through our unique multi-screen format, broadcasting in high definition worldwide via fiber optic connection. StarShip Adventures, a new kind of YouTube content. To our regular viewers, our loyal crew members, our amazing moderators, and everyone who tunes in each night at 9 p.m. Eastern, we thank you. Your support keeps this independent voice alive and well. We'll be back tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. Eastern with another live edition of the Sights and Sounds of Earth, right here on Starship Adventures. Until then, stay safe, stay informed, and may God bless you and these United States of America. This is Starship Adventures, and this concludes our broadcast day. Good night, America, and around the world. Kilo Oscar 4, Echo Foxtrot Sierra, signing off. QSY, 7-3s, everyone, 7-3s.
Thank you.